Welcome, folks, to Solitaire Rant Quest. It's been a while since I've did some ranting. If you're new to this, to this rant quest, I do rants. I play Solitaire. You know, if you're new to, if you're new to my channel and whatnot, I do rants. I play Solitaire. And yeah, and today at this moment, I am talking about transgender athletes and more specifically, that transgender swimmer called Leah Thomas or some shit like that. And there's a bunch of them, but yeah. So yeah, let's get into this, folks. So yeah, when I hear about trans athletes, trans women athletes getting gold medals and whatnot, placing really high in sports, I'm reminded of this episode of Futurama, folks. I'm reminded of this episode of Futurama, and the plot goes like this: you have Bender, a robot, and he's he's at him, Fry, Leela, and the crew and whatnot. They're at the Robot Olympics. They're at the Robot Olympics where robots do stuff and do Olympic shit. And Bender is like, he sees the tournament and he sees like the women athletes and he says to himself, I can do that a lot better. I'm a bending robot. So what happens is Bender, it's like he fakes his says he's from like a robot, Robotopia or some shit like that. And he gets into the Robot Olympics. And he's wearing some women's clothing. And Bender, he enters the Olympics and he does all the bending and whatnot in the female Olympics. Like he bends some stuff, you know. He's bending some stuff and he's getting like all the gold medals, folks. He's getting like all the gold medals. And then at the end of the episode, or after the end of the scene, it's like he has to do like a drug test or some shit like that, and to determine his gender. So what the Bender does is he goes to the professor and he's like, I gotta change my gender. And the professor is like, I can do that. I'm the professor. I'm a mad scientist. I can do that shit. So he like changes genders. He changes the Bender's gender to like a fembot. Replaces the oil and everything, all the gender fluid. So yeah, the professor's like, okay, you're a woman now. So then Bender, he goes in and he's a woman and he does the drug test or some shit and he proves that he's a fembot. And then a bunch of hijinks ensue in the aftermath of that episode. In the rest of the episode, doesn't really matter. But Bender is able to. He's able to keep his medals and whatnot, and everything happens all scot-free. So yeah, folks. Yeah, we're living in a timeline, folks, where a science fiction cartoon show that was made in the 90s, I guess early 2000s, a show that was made in the 90s. By Matt Groening, the guy who made fucking The Simpsons. We're living in a timeline where shit from a science fiction science fiction comedy show is happening for real life, folks. Yeah, this is truly the most special timeline, folks. Truly the most special timeline. I gotta say, this truly is a most special timeline. Yes, where you have biological male athletes going into women's sports and just cleaning out at the podium, and they don't have to cut their dicks off and complete the transformation, if you know what I'm saying, folks. So, yeah, it's like, what message does this send to women? Well, it's like, you can do it, but a biological male can do it better than you. That's the message that is being sent out to women and whatnot because of this bullshit. And the women in the lockers, apparently in Leon Thomas's case, they were exposed to his junk. They had to see his junk. That's not right. That's not right. But yeah, we're living in the most special timeline, folks. And yeah, it's like, if you're a man and you work out just enough, you can clean up at the... You can just say you're a woman and you can just clean up at the women's sporting games and whatnot. You can just fucking clean up. It's like women's darts. Say I wanted to succeed at women's darts or something like that. I just say I'm a woman, and I can get into the tournament and whatnot, and I can just clean house. Just gotta learn how to play darts and whatnot for a year or something like that, and just clean house, or do some running or something like that. But yeah, this is absolutely the most special timeline, folks. We are living in the most special timelines, filled with the most special people in all of history, folks. This is the time to be alive. So yeah, this is my rant quest. I rant about stuff. So yeah, I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Afghanistan. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, this is me ranting and whatnot.